Welcome to the Chip and Cern Show, the podcast about everything and nothing at the same time. They were possibly separated at birth, only to be rejoined to create the sweet sounds that will caress your deepest cochlea. The show is real, random, rant-filled, and ruthless. Please be warned that this show may hurt your feelings, offend your grandma, and even kick your dead dog in the balls. So get ready. Let's get this shit started.
This shit has started. I'm Chip.
I'm Cern.
And you are listening to the Chip and Cern Show. Hello again, folks.
Almost a year.
Almost a year of Chip and Cern Part 2.
Part 2.
There's the refrigerator again. We're back in Studio 59.
There you go.
No, I don't know. What is this studio location called?
Studio 69.
60, okay.
There we go.
Fair enough.
There we go.
We are here today. We've done this in the past with Making a Murderer and the Raw 4, the O.J. Simpson. We just did a Stranger Things recap.
Star Wars.
So, Chip and Cern we're media I don't know, mogul's the right word. We're fans of media.
Yeah.
The TV.
Dabblers.
Cern and I, as you may or may not know, we probably could get a master's degree in film with the amount of movie classes we've taken in college.
I do agree with you on that one.
So we are just, a hit new show on HBO, Westworld. Cern and I are going to dive into the first episode. So just a taste.
Yes.
Of it.
Give you a taste. The town.
He died in the IRL in real life, right?
Yes.
The guy from the town.
Yeah.
And
he
he
had, pancreatic cancer or something.
Oh, liver?
Something like that.
And he was in
Jurassic Park.
Unusual
3.
Suspects.
He was.
Yeah.
He was Mr. Kobayashi.
Kobayashi, there you go.
Unusual Suspects.
Did I say Unusual Suspects?
He was also in the spinoff Unusual Suspects.
As we were just saying, we're huge fans of film. And Trevor refers to like one of the most iconic movies as the Unusual Suspects.
That actually we saw in one of our film classes.
Yeah. I mean, I will say it is pretty cool that you can say that you've seen the first movie ever made, The Moon.
Oh, yeah. That was.
I mean, it fucking blows, now in comparison. But it's like...
We saw the train, or what was the train robbery?
Yeah. But anyway, we're here to talk about Westworld on HBO.
Yeah.
We probably will, if you're listening to this, we hope that you at least have some interest. And we're just going to talk about things from the first episode, one, because that's all that Cerny's watched. I've only seen the first 3, so there's not too many spoilers I can give you. But we will do our best not to spoil. Okay. But you should watch the first episode and then listen to the show, or listen to the show and maybe it piques your interest.
There's not really too much, I think, that spoils anything. The first episode, the pilot.
Yeah, it just
sets the stage.
It sets the stage, as Cerny says. Said brilliantly. Now, we just found this out. We were doing a very light show prep before, and we found out that Westworld was a 1973 movie.
Written by Michael Crichton.
And Christian? That's not the Jurassic Park guy.
No, it's not. At least I don't think. Maybe
Hold on.
change his name. I don't know.
Let me see.
Our master's hard at work.
Yeah, no, and by mild show prep, I mean, like, we didn't even click very far down into...
Yeah.
No, he's a writer. Scratch One, drug deal. Yeah, no. Yeah, Jurassic Park. Oh. We were right. The Great Train Robbery, Bicentennial Man. Dude's fucking on fire with this writing thing. He should look into that. And so it was a 1973 movie, and now HBO has done it, and I think HBO is probably the perfect platform for this.
Yes.
It's definitely a HBO adult show.
There's some boobies floating around.
Yeah, I'll watch it within the first 10 minutes. I'm like, I'm watching this till it fucking goes off the air. Lots of boobies. So let me kind of give a premise of what Westworld is, Cerny, and you can give your thoughts on it.
Okay.
Westworld is it's like a theme park, sort of. An adult theme park.
Yes.
And you can pay a large sum of money to go into this. I'm having a hard time deciding if it's another dimension or if it's you basically go to the theme park. Your actual person goes to the theme park, and there's characters there and actors, but the actors are not human.
They're like synthetic.
Yeah, I would say they're almost kind of like clones. And I think in the older Westworld, they were like robots.
Yes.
And they basically have scripts that they have to run on that are programmed by, the corporation that runs Westworld.
Yeah.
And, they have certain storylines. So you'll come off the train and you're called a visitor if you're paying money to visit.
Visitor or newcomer, right?
Yeah. And then you're kind of walking and you visit this old Western thing like you would see in a Fistful of Dollars or the spaghetti Western type of thing like Clint Eastwood. You come off the train and there's things happening. There's whorehouses. There's bar fights going on. There's a guy, pointing to the wanted poster like, hey, you look like a strong young man. Why don't you come help us find this wanted, John Smith has run away. And then you can decide, hey, I'm going to go follow this. And that takes you on that storyline. But every character has their own storyline that's been programmed into them.
Yes. Anthony Hopkins is like the godfather of the...
Yeah, he created the park. Now, you can go there, and at first it kind of seems a little like almost sort of like if Las Vegas was real. I mean, that was the dumbest thing I could have ever said.
I'm Las Vegas in 18...
You can go there and do it, like, you can walk off the train and shoot people.
Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto was real. There we go. Cerny, brilliant.
There we go.
Chipper, not so much. Some people go there and they're like, well, the first time I came, I just spent 2 weeks fucking and drinking everything. Because there's whorehouses there, so you can just have unlimited sex with these girls. Some people, like, actually kind of hunt and just have pistol duels with people. And, you can't be killed in this.
No. The visitor, the
carte blanche for whatever.
People that pay to get in cannot be killed, but you can, quote, kill the robots or whatever.
Right.
They come back.
It's like a Groundhog Day almost. Yeah. And one of the ladies that they focus on, that's Evan Rachel Wood. She's kind of one of the main characters. In the first episode, they kind of show her like waking up 4 different times, and she like walks out on the porch, and her dad's like, or she's like, "How'd you sleep, Pop?" And he goes, "Oh," and it's the same scene over and over.
Yeah.
And then you kind of realize like they're just in this thing. I guess it's like a Groundhog Day sort of situation for them.
So, one actor I want to talk about.
Oh, okay. Well, I've seen more than one episode. Cerny, you saw the first one. Were you hooked?
Can't say that I was.
Okay.
I don't know. I would see number 2. I think maybe.
What didn't sell you on it?
I don't know if I can pinpoint it. I just wasn't feeling it.
I
wasn't feeling it.
And it's kind of. I thought you would really get a hit out of it because it's kind of that sci-fi.
Yeah.
A little bit that I know that you're into. But it does. And I guess I wouldn't say you have to be into Westerns to watch this. Like you don't have to be into cowboys or anything like that. Now the actor that you were talking about is
James Marsden.
Okay.
Okay.
He plays Teddy Flood, it says, according to IMDb. He's kind of, I guess he plays sort of like a white knight sort of hero type guy, trying to save the damsel in distress.
The role he always plays.
Yeah. What other things has he been
Cyclops in?
Fuck, it's Cyclops. And he was in Superman?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay.
I saw him, I was like, no.
As soon as you see this guy, he just looks really familiar, and X-Men. He's been in like all the X-Men movies. Yeah. And he's some Disney stuff as well. So maybe he irked you too much? Because he plays a key part in the first one.
Yeah, where he helps the damsel.
Yeah.
Yes, but yeah. And I saw him like, no.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe if I get more into it, it was just a pilot. So pilots usually aren't. I mean, I can't really say that Stranger Things. I don't know if the pilot had me at first.
Yeah.
I think
because the pilot
second or third episodes when I usually start getting
the pilot has to be. It's got to be tough because it has to be good enough to get at least pique some interest, but you can't.
You got to tell your story.
You can't leave everything out. Yeah. So this show is directed by Jonathan Nolan, who's Christopher Nolan's brother, and Cerny and I are huge Christopher Nolan fans.
Oh, huge.
And so the first episode's called The Original. What do you think of the concept of this Westworld thing?
I can see that as being plausible.
Yeah.
Something could happen. Now that they have, so for those who haven't seen it, there's why I think why you say that there's if it's another dimension.
Yeah.
I take that as like a control room where they kind of see like a large, I guess it would be like a.
It's just like the same thing. Yeah, holographic of the park.
Yeah, of the park.
That's right.
And they kind of did the camera work
like a control room, I guess it would be.
Yeah, the camera work does look like it zooms in and out, like you're going into the world. And I took it as the control room.
I was just thinking
because when they come out of this, because they're clearly would be giants if they actually could walk on this.
Oh yeah,
but when they come out of this thing, they would be. They're the same size as everybody else.
So I guess they're under a park. I'm just wondering where this huge park is at.
Yeah.
It's like a big Disneyland or something, right? And you take the train in. And Cerny's right. There's a control room, and they're servicing some of the robots or clones, whatever they are. They're checking what operating system they're running. If they have errors, they'll get an alert like, oh, this character is off script or there's a glitch. Yeah. Like there was one, and he's like twitching his eye, and they're like, "Oh my god, what's up with this? Oh, he has a new software or something on him."
Yeah, the new updates.
Yeah, and then sometimes when they kind of freeze up out there, they have to send people into the Westworld, like employees of the company that owns Westworld, down there to get the characters out.
Yes.
Now, would you be interested in a place like this? Because I was sitting there with my wife, and I said, "This would be kind of cool to go to." And that disturbed her, that I would be interested there.
Yeah, I think I would be interested to go.
I think it'd be cool to check out. Now,
I've always kind of wanted to go to Grand Theft Auto, and not maybe she was thinking about the whores and shit,
right?
And it's not so much.
I mean, I'd be fucking whores. Let's be honest. I mean, that'd be fun for like 2 days, and then you would be bored of that. Yeah, and I think it'd be fun to do something in a crazy adventure.
Yeah, and I think the living with no repercussions.
Yeah,
that would probably be the best.
That would be. Now, I guess this happens in future episodes, but they say how much it is a day. Like one of the characters mentions it. What would you guess that an experience like this would cost a day?
Daily?
Yeah, it's
$5,000.
40.
Oh,
$40 grand a day, and
Ed Harris is in there, running amok.
He is, and Ed Harris. I think this is in the first episode. Ed Harris is in the first episode.
Yeah.
And he clearly has been there before.
Yeah, he's going to be coming
for
30 years.
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah. So Ed Harris seems like he's a long-time visitor, and he pays good money or whatever to this Westworld place, and he goes to kind of seems like he's going to force himself upon Evan Rachel Wood. And he's like, "Come on, don't act like you don't remember me. I've been here for a while or whatever." Yeah. And she acts like, she's never seen him before because she's constantly, her memory's being reset every day. And she keeps waking up and going to the same, program that she's supposed to. Yeah.
Bill Murray.
Groundhog's Day thing.
Yeah, but I would be interested in going there simply because just not being able to die and kind of,
that would be kind of cool. And just to experience all the
shooting people and,
yeah, I mean, I think as humans, we're very interested to do stuff that's outside of the normal. Uh-huh. Like that's why you go to Disneyland, right? Because for a day you can kind of live in this like fantasy type thing. And this is just a very extreme of that. Now, I was talking to my wife. She didn't sound like she would really be into it. And I said, "Oh man, could you imagine who's going to go first? It's going to be like a bro show for the first bit, like everyone just going and fucking all the hookers and getting drunk. And then like once that gets kind of old, then people will actually go for these crazy experiences." Now, some of the Anthony Hopkins, the park creator, they're constantly writing other storylines as well. So they present new storylines like, okay, here's the Ponderosa storyline, and they have all their new characters out, and this one has some Indians in it, and then there's a big Indian takeover, and you can battle they kind of propose this to the board of directors that owns this, and they give them the yay or nay on this. The chair squeaking like Chewbacca. Yeah, I mean, I'm into the show. It's definitely
different.
It's a little different. It's not there's not much like it on right now. It's gory. So if you're not into, lots of blood and gun violence and stuff, it might not be for you. There's nudity, but not, I mean, there's prostitutes, but it's not people having sex. It's very average people just sitting there naked, that are the actors. They're sitting there and their heads kind of like a down robot. Yeah, if you turned a robot off and they're just sitting there naked.
Yes.
And then it's like, oh, okay, cool. This girl's naked, but then she's not doing anything, so it's kind of weird, I feel.
Don't you wonder if you touch them, are they cold? Are they warm?
Yeah.
I'm wondering that.
Well, I mean, if the prostitutes, they must be, I don't. When they show them getting made, the clones or robots, whatever, it's this big elaborate type process, and it's almost like 3D printed. It kind of looked like
in
one of the scenes. And then, they're customizing. They're like, well, no, these, you got to make the bartender have a big mustache. So they go back and they'll fix his mustache, or they'll kind of rearrange some of the characters. Like, okay, he was the dad for a couple months, but he's not working out that well. Let's move him to be, he could be a bartender downtown at the bar or something. So they're kind of moving around these characters. It also has Jeffrey Wright, who plays, he's in the new 007 movies.
Oh, yeah, he was the American friend.
Yeah. Felix in 007. And he's not the programmer. He's kind of like a psychologist almost.
He
talks to the actors.
Yeah, and the actors,
and he kind of figures them out.
Almost like a quality control.
Yeah. There you go, Cerny. So he will go because there was a malfunction on one of the characters, and he was trying to find out if it was from the new operating system that rolled out or not. And then
we got to talk about Anthony Hopkins, and we cleared that up.
Yeah. Anthony Hopkins, who he's pretty. I don't know. There's something about him that obviously
something's bothering him.
Yeah, something's up. That fool's old. How old is Anthony Hopkins now?
I don't know.
Let me see. Oh my God! Born in 1937, so he's going to be 80.
Next year.
Jesus Christ, man! He's still getting gigs, huh?
Mr. Hannibal.
Yeah, I mean that he'll be collecting a paycheck for a very long time. Ed Harris. You just get the sense that he's a bad dude in this show. He's got a long black trench coat on, black everything,
and he's Ed Harris.
Big ass knife, and he's Ed Harris. Well, Ed Harris isn't as old as one might think. He was born in 1950.
He looks a lot older. I thought he was.
He doesn't.
I thought
age
he was
well.
Chasing old Hopkins. There
I was going to say he looks closer to Hopkins
for his money.
So the first season of this is 10 episodes. And again, it's on HBO. And right now you can't binge watch. You can only binge watch maybe 5 or 6 because they come out every Sunday or whenever HBO releases them, and then they're right in the app. Speaking of which, are you guys HBO subscribers, or you do the HBO app?
App.
Okay. We've done the same. We haven't really had it, and then we're like, it's $15 a month. It's like good TV that we will watch regularly, and we know there's lots of shows that we like. I'm fine with spending $15 on that.
Yeah.
Because we're not paying cable because we don't have, Comcast or whatever, or DirecTV or any of that. So
I have DirecTV. So,
so it's an additional 15 to whatever your
Yeah.
Now we don't get the football or any of that stuff.
That's probably my main reason for having them. Is for sporting events.
I go to the old internet for those streams.
Live streams.
Yeah, live stream, as people like to call it. So I would say Westworld, Chip gives it out of 10 stars. How much would I'm going to give it? You think on it a little bit, Cerny. IMDb gives it 9.1. Pretty fucking solid.
That is pretty solid.
I'm going to give it 8. It's a little slow.
I'm going to give it 6.5 for me.
Ooh, Cerny, fucking shade.
Throwing shade.
Why 6.5? You just can't. It's just not hooking you.
It's not hooking
you right
me.
in there. Okay. I mean, I can't. I guess to each his own.
You know what? For me, and I'll give it a second or third episode.
Yeah.
But usually for me, I could take it. If I could take it or leave it,
You'll leave it.
Then I'll leave it.
Now, when you're tuning into a new show, how long do you give it? Do you give it a couple episodes? Do you give it a couple minutes?
Depends on always depends. Usually it's about 3 episodes. So
Okay.
If you don't have by 3 episodes,
You're
got
done.
it. Some shows though, I could tell right out the gate, this is garbage.
Oh yeah, there's maybe the show's not. It might not even be bad. I just know that I'm not going to like it.
It's not for me.
I've tapped out of shows 20 minutes into an hour show. Like, nope, turn this off. I'm not fucking wasting my time.
Nope. Yeah.
And I will tap out into seasons of shows like Lost. My wife and I really got into, and we were into the 3rd or 4th season. And like somewhere in the middle of the 4th season, I was like, this is too much. I'm out. I've like strapped. And she's like, you've invested 3 years. I'm like, I don't fucking care. I'm out of this show. She's like, oh, I'm going to watch it then. I'm like, go ahead, waste your time.
So remember that show Parenthood?
No.
Well,
The Lindsay Lohan?
No, that's Parent Trap.
Like we mentioned in the beginning episode, we're huge fans of film.
Parenthood.
Let me look it up now.
I don't know who's on it. Coach. It was for Neil
Coach?
The guy from Poltergeist. He was Coach.
I don't know what you're talking about, Cerny. Wow, Parenthood ran for 103 episodes. Peter Cruz?
Craig Nielsen, right? I think his name's in there.
Dax Shepard. Craig T. Nelson.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. Coach. He had that.
Oh, yeah.
We watched
that
a few
guy's
episodes.
not even as old as... He's only 6 years older than Ed Harris.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, we watched that. A few episodes. I was like, this is okay. But after a while, at least the way my mind works, it had the same pattern every episode. Like something would go wrong, and then everything would go right. It's like, I was like, I was like, this is boring. I can't do this. And I got the same thing. Well, I'm going to watch without you. Go for it. Go hog wild.
Yeah.
I'm done.
But then some shows, my wife and I, she kind of will tap out. Like, so she tapped out a Game of Thrones because a horse got beheaded, and it was like too much. We were eating dinner or something, and it just like turned her sideways. And I'm like, I'm going to start watching these. You're gone for work or something. You're out of town. Can I power through some Game of Thrones? No, I think I might want to. So I'm like barred from watching certain shows.
I think I have the same, similar. It's Archer.
Oh, but Archer's one of those great shows that
it doesn't need to be. You can watch that.
You could watch the first episode. You could watch the most recent one. And it's like going to be funny.
There's a few times where I'd watch the earlier ones. I'm like, how did they get crippled? And then you go to realize that.
Oh right, that's pretty funny.
But I would watch and I would laugh, and I would get such looks of like, why are you laughing so hard at this? And so then I assumed, well, this isn't. She doesn't care, so I would start watching.
Oh right.
And then she go, "What are you doing? Watch this." All you do is not laugh.
Criticize. Wait, so she would watch the show, but is not laughing at a comedy show?
Not out loud. Maybe she's
internalizing her laughter?
Yeah, I think.
That's odd.
I think it's one of those, they said something borderline.
Oh,
and I can't out of respect of humanity to laugh out loud, but
we have no problem with that.
No problem.
I wonder, Well, this is interesting. Bit of tidbit to take it back to Westworld.
Oh, that's right.
That was a good tangent, and we fucking steered the ship right.
We're coming back.
More or less. So the Westworld, the movie from 1973, when Anthony Hopkins was still 70 or however fucking old he is.
He was on his third marriage.
3 years later, they have a movie called Future World. Oh. So I wonder if HBO is going to do
Showtime
Future World. Oh, fuck. That would be dirty. And then a short-lived television series called Beyond Westworld. But HBO, I think they have a hit on their hands. I'm not sure. I'm very interested to watch the movie, but I don't want to get spoiled. Oh, do you think I'm at risk for getting spoiled by watching the movie from 73?
I think you are.
Okay. So maybe I'll finish the first season and then I'll watch the movie?
I would say yes. Play it safe.
Okay.
So that way, if something follows the same pattern, and then maybe the movie hits a spot where you ended on season 1,
okay,
kill the movie.
Ooh. That's good thoughts, Ernie. Now, how... you kind of got the basic premise of the first episode. And you can kind of see the story arcs going for a couple of characters.
Yeah.
Now, the whole thing of them waking up and doing the same thing over and over, like it's going to get boring after a couple episodes of just seeing new visitors come in and them kind of interacting with them.
Yeah.
Because if they keep resetting, so it's going to be kind of interesting to see where they take it and
why are they showing that?
Yeah. So do you have any theories on where they might take it?
Are they going to, one day, pan to her bed and she's not going to be there or something, Is this how they're setting it up?
It could be. That, so she has kind of broken the...
Because they do like a sky view on her, like laying, kind of like you would think Dracula would lay in his coffin.
Yeah, very much like a coffin, like just kind of sitting there and then eyes open. And then,
just
good morning, Dad.
Rise.
Yeah. But, they showed the same scene like 5 times in the first episode, and I was kind of like, okay, this is like, we fucking get it, okay?
She's waking up.
Yeah.
The sun's up.
So, I will say, I'll definitely give it the full season.
$40,000 a day. God.
So, if you spend a weekend there, you're out $100
well,
plus.
Yeah.
But you can do whatever you want. Like, I think it would be cool to go there. I mean, first of all, how to fucking come up on this kind of money.
Yeah.
Tough. The fucking beer sponsorships aren't really rolling in. I don't know if you guys have noticed.
So if you listen to the Chip and Stern show.
Right. You want to spot us 40 to go to a Westworld. I mean, you would have to go there for a couple of days, right?
We would pump this shit out of your...
Oh, yeah. Whatever you need hawked, fucking boner pills, we'll sell them. I would say minimum 5 days there, right? Like, how much? That's fucking $200K though.
Oh,
it's like a mortgage.
Yeah.
So Cern and I, we need $500,000. We'll go.
Boner pills.
Yeah, boner pills.
Plan B.
Yeah, whatever. Marijuana. Who fucking cares what it is? And 5 days. The first full day, you're probably just gonna be fucking sucking. Or getting, fucking and getting
gambling.
Sucked. Yeah, gambling.
I wonder if, does money carry? It can't. Can it?
Well, see, here's the thing. Like, they're like, no, we can't extend you credit, and you can literally just stand up and shoot the person.
True.
And then, like, nothing happens. You don't get to go to jail or something.
You don't die.
So you would do you would blow it out for the first day, just like on a bachelor party weekend. You blow it out the first night. Like, you have all your visitors over. You gamble at the casino. You do your heavy drinking.
Yeah.
And then the next day you're golfing and you're fucking laying by the pool after that. So this is how the Westworld experience
It's always it'd be like
you go
I'm
in too way too hard.
I'm going to take it, and then you just...
Yeah.
And then you take it easy for the first 5 minutes, and then you just...
Right. You step off the train. You're like, this isn't bad. And they outfit you with all these Western clothes and stuff.
The attire.
Yeah. And they're like, I forgot you just dress like a cowboy. You're not a real cowboy or something is kind of what they said to some people. But I think going on like an adventure to hunt, or not hunt, it's probably not the right word to use, to go capture like a wanted or an escaped convict or something, that kind of would be cool. or I don't know. It seems like the people don't remember you, though. Like if you met a girl in town that wasn't, if you ended up liking somebody and you went to find them the next day, like they would be on their same thing, right? So maybe it's just a couple of days.
What's that shit movie with Adam Sandler? 50 First Dates.
Oh, does she have like
She had like a car accident or some shit, and she couldn't remember. They had 51st fucking dates.
Jesus,
right.
Why do you got to bring Adam Sandler?
I brought the show down.
Really,
I brought it down.
No, we go
talk about movies. We talk about horse shit.
Right,
now Chip and Cern. We do agree.
Adam Sandler is fucking terrible. Garbage. We almost said at the same time as well. So Jonathan Nolan, very good. Okay, written. Now this is where you don't want to look into too deep into IMDb because you could see stuff that you don't want to see. It's like, when you look at, whatever show, and they're like, it ran for 100 episodes. And you're like, okay, and you're kind of an older show, and you're looking, you're like, the main character, 80 episodes. Oh, man, he died in the second season or whatever. You kind of figure that out. But this is interesting. So this Michael Crichton guy from Crichton, he's quite the imagination. Fucking Jurassic Park and some sort of sci-fi Disneyland theme park Westworld situation.
Is he still alive or did he die?
I don't know. Let me. Oh man, where's the link on IMDb? I already clicked. I think he. No, rip 2008.
Oh
man, he wasn't even that old. 66. Man.
Oh boy.
Damn. Harvard Medical School and University.
And he's that creative.
Ooh, and he's been married 5 times. Only 2 kids.
Oh, wow. I see it. I
wonder why.
Somebody like that probably has to be borderline unbearable. They're that
because
talented.
He's just so
and he's
so
out
smart
there.
and out there. Yeah,
and he probably doesn't accept mistakes. Like,
yeah,
you didn't sweep in the corner.
I'm certain he wrote Jurassic Park. I don't know if his wife's fucking sweeping the house.
So what we really want is the made list.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Okay, so that was Westworld. I'm gonna stick with it. Cerny's gonna give it a couple more episodes.
Lymphoma, by the way, what he died of.
Oof, that'll get you every time. Hodgkins or Hopkins?
I just closed it out.
Okay. Well, it's okay. We'll follow up post show recap. Retrospective.
Yes.
Show retrospective. Westworld, HBO Now, HBO Go, HBO on your TV, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
HBO. Sunday nights. Who fucking knows? It doesn't matter.
If
watch it on
demand. If we have
demand.
to tell you, then you're behind. Go to HBO.
That's true. Yeah, if you're just now hearing about this. But Westworld on HBO, Chip gives it 8 stars. Cerny gives it a salty 6.5, which is fine. That's his prerogative.
For now. It's not set in stone, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, if you are into this show, let us know. We could do a full season recap if Cerny doesn't fucking poo it after a couple more.
If you let us know, then I will hang in there.
Yeah.
Like whether
it would
not,
be good if you thought it was shitty.
Yeah,
we could talk about something. We could battle. We could volley it back and forth.
Oh, Westworld. Oh, it's like getting my small toe cut off with a butter knife. It's that excruciating.
And if you have any other shows, what other shows are you watching? Should we? I've any ones that you're.
I don't know.
I know with the kids though, it's kind of like
I do lose
Elmo?
a lot of TV.
How much Elmo have you seen?
I do. It's a lot of SpongeBob, and it's a lot of some show where there's like a boy and he has like fucking 15 sisters. It's a I don't know. And,
cartoon.
Yeah, and they run around and they do stupid shit.
So when we try to wind the show down, and here we go, starting it back again. I have some questions for you now.
Okay.
When do you watch? Do you and your wife have like adult TV time when the kids go to bed? You have a couple shows you want to watch, or are you with your iPad in bed watching it?
So we'll put Jeffrey, the little guy, to bed, and he's pickled to put to bed. It takes some time, so we alternate.
Yeah.
So my wife and I can't ever agree on television. She's a Lifetime watcher. Yeah, and I can't I can't watch that. So usually Mondays and Thursdays, football days, I'll be sitting watching that.
Yeah,
and then she'll watch it when I'm, putting Jeffrey to bed the other days. Usually we'll watch like Tosh. I usually like to watch Tosh .0. That's usually only like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
We were watching Stranger Things when we were watching.
Was she into that?
She was into that.
Okay.
She was into
that. I don't know how you couldn't be into that show.
I think she's not really huge into the sci-fi. But I think because it was a mystery as well.
Yeah.
I think that guy that hooked her.
Yeah. Do you think she would be into this show? Into Westworld on HBO?
I'll volley it out. I'll volley it out to her. We'll see.
Okay. See if she wants to... Because it might be good to go watch it again since you're such a fan the first time.
Good to revisit.
Watch it again. Yeah. So that... if you have any shows that you're watching, you're like, oh, I'm watching... Even if it's an old show on HBO or fucking Dexter, I don't know whether the fuck you guys are watching.
Yeah.
Let us know. We'll try to find a bootleg and
Dexter.
Yeah. I tapped out on that show for several years, and then I kind of got back into it because I had heard it jumped the shark and then it kind of came back a little bit. So I finished that one out. I don't know how. Anyway, let us know if you have any shows you want to watch, and like Cerny says,
at chipandcernshow@gmail.com, Twitter, Facebook.
Oh.
Our new handle, Vine.
Sorry. No. Rest in peace, Vine.
Rip, rip.
Why? I don't. Anyway, that's another podcast. Well, probably not. But we appreciate you telling a friend, sharing it at work. Don't forget to check out chipandcernshow.com/shop. We got hoodies, stickers, and not hoodies, t-shirts, stickers, and hats.
I was like, wow, I didn't even know that. Yeah. It's breaking news of CERN.
The new merch line I brought with me, CERN. I have 40 hoodies in the trunk. Be sure to check it out. Tell your friends, and give us throw a rating there on iTunes if you're interested.
It is nice when we get those.
If it's positive feedback, we'll take it. Negative, go fuck off.
Give it to yourself.
Right. Yeah. Anyway, until next time, I'm Chip.
I'm CERN.
Cheers. Follow the Chip and CERN Show at chipandcernshow.com, Facebook and Twitter.
Listen at Chip and CERN Show, iTunes, Libsyn, SoundCloud, Google Play, and more.
Support the Chip and CERN Show on Patreon and chipandcernshow.com/shop.
Let us know we're doing some feedback. chipandcernshow@gmail.com. But most importantly, tell a friend, tell a neighbor, tell a stranger. chipandcernshow.com.